I want you to run the play tonight. I want you to represent this family.
What's up, wrestling fans? You're watching Fight Talks News, the one-stop spot for every WWE headline and showdown. Subscribe now and ring that bell. Let's get started. In one of the most emotionally charged moments in recent WWE history, SmackDown General Manager Nick Aldis dropped a revelation that has completely turned the world of the Bloodline upside down. What began as a mystery surrounding the brutal backstage assault of Jacob Fatu has now evolved into a story of betrayal, resentment, and a crumbling empire built on loyalty and fear. The revelation wasn't just about identifying who struck Jacob, it was about exposing the truth behind months of tension, manipulation, and unchecked power within Roman Reigns' inner circle. The night that changed everything. For weeks, fans were left speculating about who could have attacked Jacob Fatu. A loyal enforcer, Jacob was the muscle of the bloodline, fiercely devoted to Roman Reigns and always willing to take the punishment others couldn't. When he was found battered and unable to compete before a major match, the WWE Universe was stunned. Roman Reigns took the assault as a personal affront, demanding answers and vowing justice. What he didn't expect was that the truth would cut closer to home than he could ever imagine. Nick Aldis, known for his professionalism and calm authority, was tasked with finding the truth. But rather than accepting Roman's immediate suspicion of outside enemies, Aldis launched a meticulous investigation that rivaled a true detective case, reviewing hours of surveillance footage, interviewing witnesses, and piecing together timelines. What he discovered wasn't an outside attack. It was an inside job. The evidence no one could ignore. During a live SmackDown broadcast, Aldis stood in the center of the ring, the entire bloodline surrounding him. Roman, Solo Sikoa, and other members looked confident at first, assuming Aldis was about to confirm what Roman had already decided. But as the footage began rolling on the giant screen, the arena fell silent. Grainy security video showed the moments leading up to Jacob's attack, shadows moving in the hallway, a reflection in a glass panel, and a figure whose posture and build slowly came into focus. Aldis narrated calmly, his tone steady but firm, as he connected the dots that others had missed. A second camera angle confirmed it. The attacker was no stranger. It was someone Jacob trusted. When the final clip played, showing the unmistakable outline of the person who delivered the attack, the audience gasped. The Bloodline's own member stood accused, someone who had shared victories, secrets, and family oaths. The camera cut to Roman's face, and for the first time in years, the tribal chief looked uncertain. The betrayer steps forward. As Aldis revealed the identity, chaos erupted. Roman turned toward the accused, disbelief written across his face. Fans could feel the tension in the air. This wasn't a typical storyline betrayal. This felt deeply personal. But what came next silenced the crowd completely. The attacker didn't deny it. Instead, they stepped forward, took a microphone, and admitted everything. Their voice shook, not from fear, but from emotion. "Yes, I attacked Jacob," they said, "and I'd do it again. But before you call me a traitor, before you throw me out of this family, you need to understand why I did it." That statement set the tone for one of the most powerful promos WWE has aired in years. The attacker didn't plead for forgiveness or make excuses. They told a story, one of exhaustion, disillusionment, and pain. They spoke of serving under Roman Reigns, a leader they described as controlling, self-centered, and blind to the suffering of those beneath him. A cry for recognition and freedom. "You talk about family and loyalty," the attacker continued, staring directly at Roman. "But what you've built isn't family. It's a kingdom where only one man wears the crown. The rest of us bleed, break, and sacrifice ourselves for your pride. Jacob was the most loyal of all of us, and what did he get in return? Pain, neglect, silence." The arena was stunned. For once, the spotlight wasn't on Roman's dominance. It was on the cost of that dominance. The attacker explained that their actions weren't driven by hate, but by desperation. They wanted to wake the bloodline up, to show the world that following Roman Reigns had become a curse rather than a privilege. I attacked Jacob, they admitted, not because I wanted to hurt him, but because he was the symbol of everything that's wrong with this family. He gave everything for Roman and got nothing in return. I needed everyone to see what happens when loyalty becomes slavery. Roman Reigns' silent reckoning. Roman Reigns' reaction was unlike anything fans expected. The tribal chief didn't rage. He didn't shout or retaliate. Instead, he went quiet, his eyes fixed on the person standing before him, his face unreadable. For years, Roman has ruled the bloodline through power, fear, and the unshakable belief that he was always in control. But this moment cracked that image. Witnesses at ringside said the silence was heavier than any outburst. Roman looked less like a ruler betrayed and more like a man staring into a mirror, forced to confront the reflection of his own choices. Was this betrayal a sign of rebellion, or was it a reaction to the oppressive system he had built? Solo Sikoa breaks his silence. As tensions rose, Solo Sikoa, Roman's trusted enforcer, finally spoke. His question was simple, but cut to the core. If you hated it so much, why not just leave? The attacker's answer exposed the toxic reality of the bloodline. You can't leave, they said. No one leaves. Anyone who tries gets punished, buried, forgotten. Roman makes sure of it. The only way to be free is to break the family from the inside. That single statement revealed the emotional imprisonment behind the bloodline's success, the fear, the pressure, the forced loyalty that kept everyone tethered to Roman's ambition. It reframed everything fans thought they knew about the group. The bloodline fractures. The fallout from the revelation was instant. Half the group stood firmly behind Roman, loyal to the end, while others exchanged uncertain glances, visibly shaken by the attacker's words. Could it be true that the empire they built on unity was actually rooted in manipulation and fear? For years, the bloodline has been WWE's most dominant faction, a symbol of power, respect, and family. But after Nick Aldis's revelation, that unity now feels like a fragile illusion. The faction that once stood as an unbreakable dynasty now looks like a family on the verge of civil war. Conclusion. Nick Aldis didn't just name a culprit. He opened a wound that can't be easily closed. His investigation revealed more than a single act of betrayal. It exposed a culture of control, resentment, and sacrifice that has been festering within the bloodline for months. Now, the WWE Universe is left to ponder the same question Roman Reigns must face. Was this an act of unforgivable treachery or a desperate cry for freedom? The bloodline's future now hangs in the balance, not because of outside enemies, but because of the truths spoken from within. And as Roman Reigns stands alone staring at the remnants of his empire, one chilling realization remains. Sometimes, the most dangerous enemies aren't the ones waiting outside your gates. They're the ones you call family.